quite affordable for international students at Algoma University. Another thing that I do want to note is for international students, we offer UHIP, so it's Universal Health Insurance Plan. All international students in Canada are required to have this. So you're kind of covered within your tuition with health insurance as well. So that's a great thing to keep in mind, because that's a little safety net while you're in Canada, that you have health insurance through Algoma U. Okay, so now to talk a little bit about accommodation, because I know that's something that some students might worry about when they come to Canada is where am I going to live? So we do have a couple options for you. We offer a homestay program through a partnership with the Canada Homestay Network. This is offered at both our Brampton and Sault Ste. Marie campus. So basically, you would be matched with a host family, and you could stay there, and then they would feed you as well if you opt into that option. So that's a great option for students. I'll talk a little bit more about fees in the next slide. We also have a residence only at our Sault Ste. Marie campus. So our residence is pictured right here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like a hotel. It's extremely secure. The doors are locked. There's 24/7 surveillance and security. So you're very safe in residence. Basically, it's a dorm. So you would have your own room and a shared washroom with one other person. There are kitchens, full service kitchens on each floor. There are entertainment centers, so you can hang out with other people within the residence. And there are also meal plans available within residence. You do not have to stay within residence or stay with our homestay program. If you want to find your own accommodation off campus, you are more than welcome to do so as well. This is just a resource for you if you do want some support with accommodation. So to talk a little bit about fees, so this is for residents specifically. This is at our Sault Ste. Marie campus only. We do have a couple different options that you can choose from, all under $6,000, and then there are also different meal plans. So we like to kind of advise students to budget an additional 10,000 Canadian dollars for living expenses, and that is for one academic year. And then for the homestay program, it's kind of the same thing. They're all kind of under $1,000. This is a per month fee. As you can see in Sault Ste. Marie, you need to have the full board and 3 meals. However, in Brampton, there's a couple different options with meals, and the prices vary accordingly. Okay, so that's a little bit about accommodation. Now I want to get into scholarships, because I know students always have a lot of questions about scholarships. So we do offer entrance scholarships, and we offer an unlimited distribution for these scholarships. So if you qualify for the scholarship, you will receive the scholarship. If every student qualifies, every student will receive it. So the good thing to remember is that this is only applicable to degree applicants. So if you are applying to graduate certificate, unfortunately, you would not apply for an entrance scholarship. Another thing is that you must have graduated from your previous education within the past or within the previous 1 to 2 years to be eligible for these entrance scholarships. So we have a few different entrance scholarships. As you can see, they vary from $500 to $5,000. And then you could kind of look at the respective percentage, kind of see where you're at in your education and what you would qualify for. A great thing to note is that the Chancellor's Award is renewable. So you would receive this every year. So that's a great little, financial thing to have. If you don't qualify for an entrance scholarship, we do have many other options for scholarships. So we have different internal scholarships that you may check out on our scholarships webpage on our website. So there's a bunch of different options. You would kind of just have to look through them all, see what you may qualify for, see what the requirements are. Perhaps you need to be a student of this type of faculty. Perhaps you need to be a student, from this specific country. So you would just have to look at all of the requirements for the scholarships. And then I would just recommend you apply to anything that you are eligible for. So along with those Algoma University internal scholarships, there are also external scholarships that you might be eligible for. Those are also located on our website. So some examples of this include Flywire scholarships, Scholarships Canada, Scholar Tree. So definitely recommend you look into those scholarship options. Okay, so I just did a lot of talking about Algoma University and our academics and things like that. So now I kind of want to shift into more of the student experience aspect of Algoma University and kind of explain the things we do that are outside of your academics that you may enjoy. So firstly, we recommend that students stay active, and we encourage this by offering free gym memberships. So at our Sault Ste. Marie campus, we have a state-of-the-art, newly renovated gym. It's called the George Leach Center. Some students call it the GLC. So you can see in this photo, it's very modern, great equipment. So we have a full gym, just full of equipment. We also have workout classes. So, if you're more into spin classes or doing something with a group with an instructor, we offer those. We also have 3 full-size courts. So if you want to play basketball, volleyball, badminton, whatever you prefer, you can do that. And then we also have tennis courts outside. So this is free for students. It's included in your tuition. So a great way to stay active. In Brampton, the equivalent is the YMCA. So the YMCA is just a local gym. It has all the same equipment, swimming pool, things like that. And it's just a short walk away from campus. So definitely you'll want to utilize those services and stay active. We also offer athletics. So we have intramurals. Intramurals are like sports, but just less competitive. We have both internal and external intramurals. So it's a great way to stay active if you do enjoy sports. I know that I'm definitely not into sports, so and nothing competitive either. So intramurals is definitely a great option for me just because it's geared to all skill levels. And I definitely have a very low skill level with sports. So it's a great way to just stay active, maybe meet some friends and things like that. If you are more competitive, we do have Varsity Thunderbirds. So these are our competitive, programs. They're only offered at our Sault Ste. Marie campus. And basically these teams will compete against other universities. So it is competitive. It's a lot of fun. If you don't want to be involved in Varsity Thunderbirds, it's definitely great to cheer them on at their games. It's a lot of fun. So, like I said, I was going to talk about co-op a little bit more. So we have co-op for every degree program at Algoma U. So basically, you would be able to complete up to 3 terms of co-op. Each term is 4 months each, so it's 1 year total. You would receive money, you would get paid for this work that you're doing. You would get experience before you even graduate, so it looks great on a resume. And you would also receive credits towards your degree. So it's kind of like a win-win-win when you really think about it. A lot of students have completed co-op and then they have continued at that organization after graduation. So they've done a good job during their co-op, and then the organization ended up offering them a full-time job. So there's a ton of really great opportunities that can come from a co-op. So I definitely recommend you look into this option. It's really great. Other than that, we have other jobs on campus that you could participate in. We have the summer employment program, work study programs, non-work study programs. So you could work as a part of our administration team maybe, or you could work alongside a faculty member within the research. There are tons of student jobs that come out every single year. When I used to work in human resources, I actually used to manage all of the student hires. So I definitely know this firsthand. And also within my department in recruitment and admissions, we have a couple students working with us. So it's definitely a great way to, get your foot in the door, get some experience and earn some money. So a lot of great options to get some great experience at Algoma University. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about campus life. So this is more of the fun stuff that you'll do on campus. So at our Sault Ste. Marie campus, we have a newly renovated speakeasy, and it is pictured right here. As you can see, it's very modern, totally new. So during the day, students like to hang out here, relax, eat their food from the caf, maybe do their homework, maybe study, just hang out with friends. And then at nighttime, we have more themed events for students. So some examples of this include trivia nights, karaoke nights, open mic nights, and so on. When I was a student at Algoma University, I definitely went to some of the themed pubs. We had a Christmas one, a Halloween one, a St. Patrick's Day one, and they were definitely a lot of fun. We always have someone from our communications team there taking pictures of you, posting them on Facebook, just so you can have those memories. So it's definitely a great time. The equivalent to that at our Brampton campus is the Student Center. So basically just another great place for students to relax during the day, do some homework, study, hang out with friends, and then, maybe attend an event at nighttime. So we definitely value campus life at Algoma University. We know and understand that your academic life and your classroom life is so important. However, that balance between the in-class and out-of-class experience is also very, very important in keeping you healthy. So that's really all I have to say about Algoma University. However, I do want to kind of explain to you what your next steps might be. So I've said a lot about Algoma U. Hopefully I sparked your interest. So your next step would be to look at our website. Find out more about the university, more about our campuses, about our programs, and see if any of our programs interest you. After that, you would want to see if you are admissible to that program. Look at the admission requirements, and if you do have any other questions about the admission requirements, or if you are admissible, you can talk to someone from Education Concern, or you can send me an email and I can help you out. Then you'll have to decide if you want to submit an application. So for that, you would want to talk to a representative at Education Concern, and they can help you through the admission process and with your application. After that, you would receive your acceptance letter and celebrate because you will be a future student at Algoma University. And we look forward to having you too. So I do also encourage you to follow our social media. So if you have Instagram, our handle is Discover Algoma U. So right here at Discover Algoma U. We post a lot about future students, events that are happening, different information sessions, prizes. So just a really great resource to learn more about Algoma U and see what we're doing. We also do a thing called T-Bird Tuesday. So every Tuesday we draw a new a name for one of our new followers. And if you are the winner, you will receive a swag bag. So definitely I recommend you follow us because you could win a prize. So that is the end of my presentation. If you do have any further questions, you can ask them now, or you could send me an email. This is my work email, jaden.solo@algomau.ca, or you can just email international@algomau.ca. I will answer both. So once again, thank you so much for having me here today. Thank you everyone for joining this session. And if you have any questions, I will help you out with those right now. Thanks, everyone.
Hello, Jaden. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm Fabiha. I'm the career counselor. Just a lot of many questions I have to ask. If you just have a few minutes, I'm so sorry for that. First of all, I just want to know that whether Algoma University increase its fee structure every year or not.
I do believe it's very slight. You can find more information on this on our website.
Okay.
It's nothing really drastic, I don't believe. But you know what? I could contact our accounts team just to confirm about the fee structure.
Please.
Absolutely.
Another question is this: you have shared with us the eligibility criteria of HSC and SSC, and however generation is a Cambridge system. So here we have grades like A's, B's, and C's. So can you just tell me like how much equivalent will be 60%, 80%, or 40%, so that the students can have a clear idea of what is the grades that they should be targeting this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the Cambridge or Pearson, like the A levels, AS, O levels, so you'll require your O levels, and then you'll either need 4 AS levels or 2 A levels. So I'm gonna pull up the just the thing again, so you know what programs correspond. So let's just go back to my programs page. Okay, right here. So for group 3, so that would include your Bachelor of Arts or your Bachelor of Computer Science, you would require your O levels, and then you would either need 4 AS levels of D or higher, or that's C6 or higher, or you would need 2 A levels of D or C6 or higher. For group 2, you would require your O levels, and then you would need your 4 AS levels of C5 or C or higher, or 2 AS levels still of C6 or D or higher. And then for mechanical engineering, it would be C4, so your O levels, and then for C4 or higher. And then for your A levels, it would still be the D or C6 or higher. If you do have at least C in your A levels, you would be eligible for advanced standing. So it would kind of one program that is an A, like one A level that is either C or higher, you would receive 3 credits at Algoma U.
Okay, now coming to the scholarship criteria, the 80s basically means, an 80 plus means A's or A stars.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Okay, now I'm referring to the next question, which is the scholarship criteria. So for scholarship, it was mentioned on the web, your slides, that 80 or 80 plus percentage. Now, does that mean A stars or A's or B's? What does it?
So that would be A's.
A's, 3 A's. What if a student, because here at Generations, we have a policy of 4 A-level subjects. So all of our students basically go for 4 A-level subjects. So if they've got 4 A's or A stars, then will the scholarship bracket increase, or it will remain the same?
So it would still remain the same.
Okay. And will scholarship continue, like except that the most prestigious one scholarship, which was at the top, I don't remember the name. Apart from that, the rest of the scholarships, does these scholarship remains the same every year, or they get renewed till the 4 years? Will the student have to earn it again and again?
So it's only the Chancellor's Award, which is the highest scholarship of 5,000, that is renewable. So the other ones are not renewable. It's only kind of a one-time scholarship.
Even though if the student has entered the university and he received that scholarship, not the chancellor scholarship, but the other ones, only as an intern student, and later he improved, maybe he improved and he has scored 4 GPA, still he won't be eligible for chancellor scholarship then?
Yeah, that's correct. Just because it's an entrance award. So that's why it just depends on your scores when you're entering Algoma University.
What about later? Do you have any other scholarships which will help student to grab the scholarships later?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just pulling up our webpage right now. It has more information on our international scholarships. So you can check this out. And I'm just going to put it into the chat. So on that webpage, you can see we have our entrance scholarships. And then we have the scholarships for the Pearson and Cambridge A levels. If you just go back to the normal awards and scholarships webpage, you can see that there's a lot of other external scholarships and then application awards. So if you just look through these scholarships, you can see what the student might be eligible for, and then apply to them. So I'll also put the link for our.
Thank you. That's really helpful. That's really helpful. Okay, one last question from my end, then the students are going to grab you for the questions. The last question is, what about the ranking of this university? Because here in Pakistan, people are very concerned about ranking. Like I know in international universities, the rankings are region-wise, nation-wise, country-wise, or subject-wise. But here at Pakistan, the ranking is basically overall the university-wise. So how will you be answering us on the ranking about the Algoma University?
That's a great question, because in Canada, we don't necessarily focus very heavily on the ranking of a university. So I actually don't know what Algoma University is per se ranked. I could get back to you on that just because I'm not too sure. It's not really something that we focus heavily on. But I can let you know. If you want, you could send me an email and then I'll provide more information on the ranking.
Sure. Yeah. But usually we basically follow the, here in Pakistan, people have a trend, basically inclination towards the higher education, times higher education, the higher education, the THE, the higher education website, and QS ranking. Okay. And students, whatever ranking they find over there is something which they take it as a word of Bible.
Okay, that sounds good. I could definitely provide you more information on that. So if you want to just send me an email, we can chat about that, and I could find that for you. I do also want to put in the chat more of our admission requirements for international students. This will bring you to the webpage. So this will talk about different admission requirements for Cambridge and Pearson as well. So you'll be able to see the different requirements for, the A levels, the AS levels, the O levels, things like that. Awesome, thank you. And I just got your email.
Thank you. And Jaden, one more thing. What about the job placements?
Yeah, so we do have a lot of jobs at Algoma University. You'll definitely be able to see, once a student has access to their student portal, there will be a link it's just called Job Opportunities. So that's where we will list all of our student positions. So HR, human resources, posts on that job opportunities page. So you could kind of see what you're interested in and apply to those programs. Your academic advisor at Algoma U will also be a registered immigration consultant. So they'll be able to tell you what you are eligible for, what jobs you can apply to as an international student. So they'll all be listed on your student portal once you have access to that.
Okay, thank you. My questions are all done. So students can ask now. Thank you. Thank you. It was very nice to know all this information.
Yeah, thank you. Very nice to meet you.
Students, if you have any questions, so please ask.
If you do think of any questions afterwards, you're more than welcome to email me too. I'm always available through email.
Thank you very much. We got all of your points.
Okay, so I'm just looking in the chat here. So you have your AS levels. So did you do 4 AS levels, 1B, and then 3D? If you can just confirm that in the chat. What program did you want to get into? Yes, okay. So with your AS levels, 1B, 3D, you have the 4. So you would be admissible to our Bachelor of Computer Science or our Bachelor of Arts. So you wanted to get into environmental science. So yeah, you would need at least the C's to get into that. There might be some different Bachelor of Arts programs you might be interested in. None that really pertain to the sciences, more so social sciences. I don't know if you would have an interest in those.
Jaden, what if Ayan improves his grade to 3 C's? Because he does have that potential. He's a really good student. And because of COVID, a lot of things happen in everyone's family. And I think this affected a lot of students' grade. So he does have a really good potential to improve these grades. So what if he improves his grades to 3 C's, but the result will be announced in August? Now, how can he apply then?
Absolutely, yes. So if you do receive those grades, then you would be admissible to like a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. So if you do improve those grades by August, I think that's a great option for you.
So does this mean that he will be applying afterwards, after he gets his 3 A-level passes?
Yes, because we would need those results to even provide a conditional offer.
What about predicted grades? If the school provides predicted grades?
Yeah, if you provide predicted grades, we could provide a conditional offer, and then we just wouldn't give that final offer until we receive the final results. This may cause delays, of course, just because you wouldn't be able to apply for your visa with that LOA that only has, like a conditional offer on it. However, you can definitely receive a conditional offer and just start the process early. And then once we receive those final results, we would just send off that final LOA and then you could apply for your visa, no problem.
Okay, now let's say, for example, the student has received conditional offer and you have asked the student to pay the amount for enrollment or registration or the confirmation amount. How much time will that student will have to pay the amount? Is it like a month, or you become flexible and you give them a chance of 2-3 months? Like, how's it done over there?
Yeah, so we have our tuition deposit deadlines. These are all located on our website. I can pull that up for you. So for each semester, it varies. It's usually like a couple months prior to the start of the semester. So for example, right now for the spring semester, which starts in May, the tuition deposit deadline is February 4th. So it's a couple months prior. I'll put the link in the chat. So it's just payments and important dates. And then the tuition deposit deadlines and any other deadlines will always be on the letter of admission. So you don't even have to look on our website. It'll be right there on the letter for you. Let's just say if you don't make the tuition deposit deadline in time, your application would just be considered for the next available intake. So.
Okay, so there's Fida. He is also asking some questions.
Okay, so the next comment in the chat, I have 3B, 1D in my AS level. I want to pursue BBA. So what is a scholarship I will get? And does it satisfy the entrance requirement? Okay, so let me just pull this up to make sure that I'm giving you the correct information. So for your entrance award, let me pull this up. Okay, so you have 3B, 1D in your AS levels. You completed your O levels and you don't have any A levels. So it's hard to say because with the BBA, you would need at least C5 or C in all 4 of your AS levels. So there might be able to be an exception because you do have 3 Bs and then 1 Ds. It would kind of, I feel like that would just be more of a case-by-case basis. Do you have any plans to increase your AS levels, or maybe take another A level?
पानी भी निकल जाएगा।
So yeah, so basically I would just say that would be kind of a case-by-case basis. I would say that you would be admissible to the BBA program, but there might be some other requirements, some other conditions that would be on your application. In regards to the scholarship, so 3 Bs and 1 D, I believe that the amount that you would receive is the Award of Excellence. It's non-renewable, but it is $500. So still some sort of entrance scholarship. And I guess everything helps at this point. So that is what I would recommend. But BBA is a great program. I completed that when I was in Algoma University. So the next question, do you have a film production program? So unfortunately, no, we do not have a film production program.
Jaden, you said that students should have additional 10,000 Canadian dollars. What is that? Can you explain that in a bit more detail?
Yeah, absolutely. So the tuition is about 20,000 Canadian dollars for one academic year. And then we do encourage students to just budget an additional 10 to 12,000 Canadian dollars just for those living expenses. So that will include accommodation, transportation, food, other living expenses. So yeah, just kind of that safety net on top of your tuition.
Should I explain something about something more about 10,000?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, dear friend, as Pakistan come under student direct stream SDS policy. So due to SDS policy, there's no need to show parents' bank statement, but fulfill 3 basic requirements. Number 1, you must have IELTS with 6 or 6.5 overall and no less than 6 in any module. Number 2, you will deposit 10,000 Canadian dollar in a Canadian bank in your own account for the living costs. This is your own money, and due to this 10,000, now there is no need to show parents' bank statement. Okay, so this is the main benefit of this policy. So this $10,000 is your own money. Upon arrival in Canada, you will use as you like. The last point is you should deposit first year tuition fees in advance so that you could apply visa. So under SDS policy, आप तमाम स्टूडेंट्स को 3 काम करने हैं और इन 3 कामों की वजह से पेरेंट्स की बैंक स्टेटमेंट की रिक्वायरमेंट खत्म हो गई है और इस वजह से विद इन 21 days यू विल गेट योर वीजा। और मैं इसको उर्दू में एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ। आपने आइल्स करना है सबसे पहले, नो मैटर आपने ओ लेवल किया है या अमेरिकन एजुकेशन ली है, आपने आइल्स जरूरी है आपके लिए 6.5 बैंड या 6 बैंड के साथ और किसी मॉड्यूल में 6 से कम ना हो। नंबर 2, आपने कैनेडियन बैंक में 10,000 कैनेडियन डॉलर जमा कराने हैं खाने पीने रहने के लिए। ये पैसे आपके अपने हैं, उधर जाके आप यूज करेंगे और अमूमन पार्ट टाइम जॉब से आप इतना कमा लेते हैं कि ये 10,000 महफूज रहते हैं या इसमें से आप थोड़ा इस्तेमाल करते हैं, तो बाकी जो बचेंगे वो अगले साल की फीसेस में यूज करें। नंबर 3 विच इज द लास्ट, आपने फर्स्ट ईयर की ट्यूशन फीस एडवांस जमा करानी है यूनिवर्सिटी को। सेकेंड, थर्ड एंड फोर्थ ईयर की ट्यूशन फीस को एडवांस जमा कराने की जरूरत नहीं होती, आपको हर साल इंस्टॉलमेंट मिल जाती है। तो दिस इज वेरी सिंपल एंड स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड पॉलिसी। यू कैन से जस्ट लाइक दिस इज जस्ट लाइक 1 2 3 कि आपने ये 3 बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट पूरी करें और विद इन 21 days और विद इन मंथ यू विल हैव योर वीजा विदाउट एनी इंटरव्यू।
सर फर्स्ट ईयर की तो पेमेंट होती है वो मतलब एडवांस होती है, तो जो सेकंड ईयर की पेमेंट होती है वो फिर सेमेस्टर होती है या भी फुल पेमेंट होती है वो सेमेस्टर के मतलब सेकंड ईयर के स्टार्ट में करनी होती है?
यस, दिस इज वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। फर्स्ट ईयर की फीस तो आप एडवांस देंगे, बट सेकंड, थर्ड एंड फोर्थ की आपको एडवांस देने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप इंस्टॉलमेंट करा सकते हैं। ये इंस्टॉलमेंट पर सेमेस्टर भी हो सकती हैं या इससे ज्यादा भी, ये आपने यूनिवर्सिटी से मिलके उनकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग से कर लेनी है। इसमें काफी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आपको मिल जाती है। सो एसटीएस पॉलिसी सो सिंपल, तमाम स्टूडेंट्स एसटीएस में ही अप्लाई करेंगे। नॉन एसटीएस में वीजा रिफ्यूजल बहुत हाई है। इवन previously refused students from Canadian embassy, now they are getting visa under SDS policy. So I will recommend all the Pakistani students to apply and only under SDS policy. And me and my office will help you in admission, in your IELTS preparation, and in your visa.
सर एक और चीज पूछनी थी कि मतलब बैंक स्टेटमेंट को तो ये कहना कि वीजा फीस और हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस वापस आ जाती है, वीजा फीस हो सकती है वो मतलब ज्यादा हो जाती है, लेकिन अपने अकाउंट में पैसे होते हैं तो वो उधर के उधर ही रहते हैं और जो यूनिवर्सिटी को फीस पे की होती है वो भी वापस रिफंड हो जाती है। तो ये जो जीआईसी और दूसरा पे मतलब किया होता है यूनिवर्सिटी को जो फुल 1 ईयर पेमेंट की, इन केस अगर वीजा रिफंड हो जाता है तो दोनों जो होती है वो वापस आ जाती है, फुल रिवर्सल होता है उसका?
Very good question. In case of refusal of visa, you will receive your bank money, $10,000 in your own bank in Pakistan. There is no any deduction, and you will also receive your tuition fees from the university with a minor deduction. It can be 100 or 200, but you will receive your full tuition fees and bank money. There's no any problem.
Hello, Ms. Jaren. My name is Mohammed Asad and I'm from Pakistan also. So actually my question is, I just know that my master's in commerce in finance. So is there have any program for MS in Canada, like in marketing or any other subject? And would you like to recommend me any scholarship over there? Because I do have experience like in international companies as well, like all those companies are US-based companies, and I was working as on a managerial level. So would you like to recommend me any MS in marketing or any other subject, and over the scholarship? And do I need the IELTS or not? Because of my English proficiency is very good, and I do have experience as in the foreign as well. So what do you recommend me?
Hi. Thanks for your question. So because you have a master's study already, I would recommend a graduate certificate. So we do have various graduate certificates. You said you were interested in marketing, so I would recommend our business graduate certificate. It's 1 year, or you can look into our project management certificate. It is 2 years. And like I said, it's cross-disciplinary, so you can kind of get education and some experience in a lot of different areas, including, business, accounting, finance, IT, things like that. So all of those things would be definitely a competitive advantage for you. In regards to scholarships, you wouldn't receive any entrance scholarships for a graduate certificate program. However, you can look into our other internal and external scholarships. And I put the link to the webpage in the chat already. So definitely look into that. And then what other questions did you have? You can look at our webpage just to look into those specific programs that I recommended. The business and
all right. Sorry to cut you off because I just now joined the meeting and I didn't get any link. So if you can send me the link.
Absolutely. So I'll send you the link again in the chat. So I'll send the link to our certificates webpage just so you can have more information on those programs. And then I'll also send a link to the scholarships. I'll go grab those right now.
And what about the IELTS?
So for the IELTS, so because even though you do have a very strong English language proficiency, I can definitely tell you would still be required to submit an IELTS or any other English language proficiency test within your application. So I'll put the link in the chat to our other accepted tests. You could also look into Duolingo. Duolingo, you can do it online. It's pretty quick, it's inexpensive. This might have some effect on your visa application because like Farouk was saying, the SDS, you may need the IELTS, but you can check those out regardless. But yeah, we would still need the English language proficiency test.
Perfect. No issue for me. I do it, but about the scholarship, I still don't get any link. And
so I just put it in the chat right now. So that is our scholarships webpage. So some great information on there. I'll get the link to the certificates webpage. You can check out those programs that I recommended.
So what about I do have to directly apply on the university webpage online, or I do have to hire any consultant for that?
Yeah, so Education Concern can help you with your application.
What about if I can do by myself?
You can if you wish. I definitely recommend Education Concern. They're extremely helpful within the application process. And yeah, I would definitely recommend them, but however you wish.
Thank you so much for your help.
No problem. So I put the link in the chat for our scholarships, our certificates, and I'm just going to get the English language proficiency test webpage for you too, so you can look at some of our other tests that we accept. And this is actually pretty helpful for everyone too. And then you could also see our requirements for the English language tests as well, and like our minimum requirements for them.
Yeah, sure. Let me check.
So those are in the chat.
Miss, I have posted a question. I will repeat that. Is that most of the universities here have a 4 GPA grading scale. So like 3.2 makes it like an 80%, but if it is a 3.3, so that comes under that above 80% grading criteria, right?
I'm so sorry. What was the question? What was the second half of that?
I was saying that most of the universities here have like a 4
Yeah.
GPA scale. So if a student that for the 80%, that is like 3.2. So if a has above 3.2, so he will fall for that top merit scholarship, right?
Exactly. Yes. But that's only if you're applying to a degree program, because those entrance scholarships are only for degree programs and not graduate certificates. So that's just important to keep in mind.
And for that renewable term, so like for every semester it is that again 5,000 is like crossed off, waived off, right?
Correct. Another important thing to note is that you need to have the 80%. You also need to have an overall IELTS score of 7.0. So that's just one other requirement of the Chancellor's Award.
Right.
Are there any other questions that I can assist with right now?
Yeah, I have.
Hi.
Hi, I'm a graduate in public administration. Like, I'm looking forward to take admission in master's program in public administration. I'm already on your Algoma University website. I didn't find any relevant program. So kindly could you recommend me like public administration or any related program? And yeah, second thing, could you like be more detail about the working programs, like how much student need to work on daily basis or a weekly basis, and what is the basic wages for their?
So firstly, we don't offer master's programs. However, we do offer the graduate certificates. So they're a little bit different. They are similar in a way that you could continue your education after a diploma or a degree. However, if you do want to carry on your education to maybe a doctorate level, like a PhD, you would require a master's, and you couldn't get there from a graduate certificate. A graduate certificate, could prepare you for a master's to eventually get a PhD. However, there's just a little bit of a difference within the master's to a graduate certificate. So I just want to make sure that I confirm that these are not master's courses, they're graduate certificate courses. We don't have any that relates to, public administration. However, we do have those general business courses that I would recommend, because those are definitely very helpful in any field you choose, getting that kind of background information. And even if you have a degree in something completely different, and then you continue on and do that graduate certificate in business or maybe project management, HR, it definitely gives you a really helpful, additional education on those types of topics that are really helpful within a business, such as employees, employee management, HR management, accounting and finance, IT related things. So although we don't have one specific to public administration, I do think that a general business or project management graduate certificate would be extremely helpful with any path you choose. So that's kind of the program that is kind of similar to public administration. Unfortunately, we don't have any that is specific to that, but our closest would be just a general in business or project management. In regards to, the work for each program, basically, this is a very approximate, but for each course that you take, and for each term, you will take 5 courses. You'll have approximately 3 hours of in-class time. So that's, lectures, group discussions, things like that. So when you're in the classroom or when you're logged on to your online class, it's about 3 hours per week. So this could be 2.5-hour sessions or 1 3-hour session. This doesn't include any time outside of the classroom. The time outside of the classroom is really up to you, how much time you want to dedicate to your assignments, your studying, your readings, your reports, things like that. However, it's a good rule of thumb. It's 3 hours of in-class time per week for each course. So yeah, I hope that provides a little bit more information on that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, one more thing. Like Algoma University offer any online courses, like any short diplomas, courses, such.
Yeah, so a lot of our programs now are offered online just because we adopted, online formats once COVID hit, just because we couldn't be in the classroom. So we kind of shifted to online. So a lot of our courses are offered online. Some of our business courses and computer science courses are offered entirely online. So it's really helpful to students who are working, or if they have anything else to do, they can do it right from the comfort of their own home and don't actually need to go into the class to study. So yeah, a lot of our courses are offered online now.
Like it's for even for international students, right? Like I'm talking about distance learning. So
yeah, absolutely.
They don't need to visit campus or like that.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So a lot of international students right now are studying completely online from their home countries just because, there were visa delays with the coronavirus, especially in Ontario, which is where we are at. There's a lot of travel restrictions. So a lot of people are studying completely online right now from their home countries.
So it means there is no any master program, am I right?
That's correct. Yeah. They're not master's programs, they're graduate certificate programs.
So we can get visa easily for certificate program or not?
Yeah, absolutely.
What is the requirement?
Sorry, what's the requirement for?
I mean, the fee or the scholarship for certificate program?
So scholarships for certificate programs. So like I said, we don't offer our entrance scholarships for certificate programs. However, there are other internal and external scholarships you can apply for. These are all located on the scholarships webpage that I put in the chat. So for example, the internal scholarships that are on our website, you'll just have to look at the specific requirements for each scholarship. So sometimes, they will require a student to be enrolled within this program, or they will require a student to have, this GPA. So you just have to see what the admission requirements are if you are admissible, and then apply to those respective scholarships.
All right.
If you have any other questions, Mohammed, afterwards, you could send me an email and I'm more than happy to help. Sometimes it's better to have things written out just so, because you can get a lot of information and then you could always refer back to it afterwards when it's written down for you.
Thank you so much for your help. So let me check all the details and I'll get back to you. So I can check your email as well, and then definitely.
Okay, so I'll put my email in the chat here. So it's international@algomau.ca. So if you have any other questions afterwards, you could reach out.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Just give me a moment.
Okay, Jaden, I will have to leave because my students have their school tomorrow. So they have their extra class. So my A-level students will definitely get back to you. And it will be for Generation 2. And it was really nice it was really an informative session. And you were really answering all the questions in detail. And really thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. It was so nice to meet you.
Same here, same here.
Awesome.
Take care, Jaden.
You
Have a
as
nice
well.
day.
You too. Take care.
Have a nice
Stay
day,
safe.
Fabia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for arranging this session. It was really helpful.
Most welcome. Excuse me.
Thank you, Jazakallah, everyone. Take care. Have a nice day, everyone. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz from Generation School.
Allah Hafiz. Thank you very much. And Muhammad, please contact me as well. I will guide you about admission. Your English is quite good, no doubt, but to apply visa under SDS policy, you need to have 6 or 6.5 band overall and no less than 6 in any module. And as your English is very good, you can easily get even 7.5 band. Okay, so my efforts will help you not only for admission, but also visa without charging any fee. We don't charge any fee because we are the official representative of Algoma University in Pakistan.
Thank you so much for your help.
Yes,
Most welcome.
So let me check the programs over there, and then I can check the scholarship over there, and then let me check the requirement, and if does it have any possibility I can apply easily. So yeah, get back to you, and then definitely we will do it.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Another great advantage of applying through Education Concern is like the application fee waiver. So if you did apply directly, you would have to pay that, and that's 125 Canadian dollars. So kind of a perk.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you like to tell me something about the SDC program?
Sorry, say again.
I'm saying about this SDC program, which you're saying for.
Yes, this is called Student Direct Stream, SDS policy. It's very simple to understand. In 2019, Canadian government included Pakistan in this policy, and due to this policy, students are getting visa within a month without any interview and even without any parents' bank statement. You just need to fulfill 3 main and basic requirements. Number 1, you must have IELTS. Number 2, you must deposit first year tuition fees in advance. And number 3, you must deposit 10,000 Canadian dollar in a Canadian bank in your own account. That's all. तो ये 3 रिक्वायरमेंट आपने पूरी करनी है, और हमें जब वीजा अप्लाई करना है इन तीनों बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट के साथ, तो होपफुली विद इन अ मंथ यू विल हैव योर वीजा. तो इसमें कोई कंफ्यूजन हो, प्लीज आस्क मी एनीथिंग.
Okay, what about the document that we do have to submit in the embassy or direct in Canada?
Yes, there's a embassy portal on government website. We will upload your all documents, and after uploading, you will go in their visa center, which is located in Lahore, Karachi, Islamabad. So you can select any of this center. So after going in this center, you will have your visa within 21-22 days. Okay. तो मैंने आपको अपनी टेलीफोन नंबर, ईमेल एड्रेस मैंने भेज दिया है. सो आप मुझे कल 12:30 तक कॉल कर लें, ठीक है? आप मुझे अपना व्हाट्सएप नंबर भी भेज दें. सो आई विल डिस्कस विद यू. तमाम चीजें मैं आपसे डिस्कस कर लूंगा, फिर आपको बताऊंगा कैसे एडमिशन अप्लाई करना है. और मैंने पहले ही कहा, वी डोंट चार्ज एनी फी. ओके.
Yeah, thank you so much again for this information and for all of the session and everything.
And
so
thank you, Miss Jadan. I want to thank you, and now it's time to say goodbye. And I hope we will have a very good session in few weeks. And I will also send you the list of all the registered students so that you could send a greeting email from your end.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're most welcome. Thank you very much. Have a nice time.
You as well.
Take care. Okay, Muhammad. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, sure.
Take care.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.